Trying to go reverse. How about go ahead and get my introduction underway? Well, good morning, everybody. Pretty different for Friday morning. From the IT Services Technology Training, I think everybody will be here today. Overview on Qualtrics. On my collection at Stanford, I've actually been using Qualtrics. It's available. So, it does here. It ends up has a lot of long links on it, so it's available online. If you go to bit/Qualtrics_LERE, this is supposed to be listed on the WebEx as the link up for this session online, but it's bit.ly/Qualtrics_LBRE. The first, I want to make sure that everybody is aware of the series.stanford.edu. How you set up your own Qualtrics account. There's a page that will set up a Qualtrics account, and once you do that, you'll be asked to send a password, and then you send to the Stanford University.Qualtrics.com website. And once you pull all of your I also want to introduce that the person who's going to be doing the brunt of the presentation today is now from Qualtrics, and that is Brandon Martin. And yeah, anybody hear Brandon?
Can everybody hear me all right?
Oh, there we go. So, Brandon, well, first off, one of your Sunday is a Netflix account underneath a different account. And you want to basically for over your current Stanford one, you're able to do that as well. And for over and almost So give me a hand up here, the link on this page. I take the step-by-step instructions on how to do each one of these steps that we're going to be talking about. If you have the information about how you can set up your own Qualtrics account, about it is information on how you can use the Stanford look and feel with Stanford themes and out in Qualtrics at the once the system is up and running. But the kind of surveys are available to you in Qualtrics for creating evaluations of society. People do it. You know, things okay, thank you very much for taking care of that. We can also is that what we can do with the focus, or could we okay, so much better than what we had before. So let me go ahead and go through. Well, you are able to sign up with Qualtrics and get your account completely set up. This is what you're going to see, which has a list of all the surveys that you created. And so we do with the surveys, everything from the street, send it, do the results of it, be able to collaborate and copy them. That folks for the session today, we're going to see how many people were in today's session. And the big question is, what is knowledge of Qualtrics? Or how many people here use Qualtrics before? How many of them consider themselves worthy of knowledge? Just getting Brandon a little bit of here. We have a lot of people here who are fairly new to Qualtrics. So what Brandon's doing in his presentation is he's going to be available to, if you have any questions during the presentation, please let him know. But we'll do a quick Q&A end of the session. And the here is Qualtrics website. A lot of courses, including templates, to a lot of create. And the customer satisfaction survey question, which is what Qualtrics does when they do their little presentations. But to you within them. We are a group on campus that deliver hands-on and lecture classes. We also, and in the back of the room there is a annual cookie festival that took place last week in August. Regarding coming class. So you know coming up. If you're in techtraining.stanford.edu, which is what our classes, our workgroup, or individualized training, and also more information about the Techie Festival and this Google Webathon, which is the day of webinars that's coming up next Tuesday. So stanford.edu. And on this, I'm going to pass it over to Brandon. And if you're still with us, if you can go ahead and we'll start your session. So
everyone should be seeing my screen now, and it sounds like we verified that everyone can hear me all right. And you know, we have kind of the size of the screen, but if you have any problems, read this on the screen or on the screen what's going on. See your screen is on the screen, but it sounds like he showed the My Survey page a little bit. I was just going to add a couple things to that as we dive in. So page, like you mentioned, it shows us the list of all your surveys. The one section. So if you this usually it'll say help unavailable, something like that. So look at your active surveys, and if you have any, it just won't load anything. But as you have active surveys, it will some important statistics regarding the total number of responses you've collected, as well as trend on responses. And if you read where responses aren't really coming in anymore, it'll give little advisements of sending reminders for Down here in this survey list, we're going to go through each one of these tasks one by one. Collaborate optional, and it's one of the more basic and widely used features. Within your Stanford license, your address. So here, internal brand, we have 1,000 users. To collaborate, you would just find them in this address book, and if you can't find them in this address book, then also type someone's email, just to share a survey with them. So for make sure your whole team, your whole lab can see all of the surveys you're building. With that. All right. Like Don mentioned, as we go through, feel free to kind of interrupt with questions. What to go over, but we have specific questions, or you can save those for the Q&A at the end, whichever you prefer. Perfect. We're going to create a survey, and go over inserting questions, the different questions available, as editing questions and bringing the survey, format the way that you need it. For survey object, control your survey displays questions and deal. And we'll go over a little specifically on how the Stanford teams will fit. We'll go over a little faster pace on survey distribution and reporting of your results as well. Give a general overview of your whole account. Right, so let's go ahead and dive in. I'll go ahead and survey. And three main ways that you can create your survey. So the quick survey is built from scratch. You start late, do whatever you want. The great is if you already have a survey in your account and you want to use that survey as a starting base for building your survey, and the library is the same, but we have a global library. Surveys in that library to see examples of surveys we've put together for certain use cases. So if you an example of an evaluation that we have the survey library, that you can come to your account and look at them and use them as a starting point. So start with a quick survey. That's what we'll go over today. Let's give it a name. You also have folders for your a few others, Spanish trainings as well. This in the training folder to create. And so through, we'll move pretty much in order that we have survey section now, and a question block to create questions. So just like creating surveys, you can either copy surveys from location or scratch. You can copy questions from location in your own account, or from the library. Create the questions from scratch. So click on this little drop-down arrow. It will be the types that we have available. And so a little example of what that would look like. For common standard questions in this training, but there's there are specialty questions and advanced use questions. We typically go over for completing to those, experimenting with them, how they work, and how they could be used in your studies. we'll most likely stick this with a standard question. So I'll create a new question. By multiple choice questions. You can edit any question with choice text just by clicking in and typing it. So today, we'll go over some like the events or but whatever it may be. And then you down into the choices. Choices automatically still goes in with yes and no. So automatic choices, a starting point with your question. And applies automatic choices, it applies them over on this right side. This are all of the options that you can modify on the multiple choice question, as well as the actual item type, the same list that we got. How many choices are available, and then changing the automatic choices that are applied. To see the different options that are available. Many times you'll be asking a question and you kind of want to know the best way to word it. So I added this list from just kind of industry standards and common question wording to see what the common and the most useful questions are. And what it will do is it'll balance it out as well. So you see, it'll automatically two choices. If it'll balance yes and no, and that balance as I add more. Okay. So the automatic choices can do that start to kind of add generic options. If I'm within the automatic choices, then it will balance that. So then we're present. Pretty much somebody that could have been present. Not a couple of our trainers here, just examples, so there's several options. So I want, but I really want to allow the respondent to mark multiple trainers. Okay, third trainers are present, or if it's a service, then it's just multiple of them. There's a lot of cases where you want to just let them pick as many as they want. So in this, there are a few different types of the multiple choice question. So and this on this question, these two check boxes. I can check the drop down list. And left box. Some of these and I'm going to add actually one more choice to this question. I'm going to allow respondents to type whatever they want in this. So as you are kind of customizing questions here and modify this as needed and do the choices, this side menu here, the specific option choice on the list, moving it for doing a few things. It allows text entry. This will right. So if others, then they can type in the name of their trainer that's otherwise listed. Different item types. to matrix table. Here is aspect of the trend. Satisfaction scale performance and 23 I'm going to come up with a couple aspects of the training on to evaluate. Knowledge, maybe punctuality, communication. So for anytime you have multiple items, they really need them to mark one option of many for each thing. So satisfaction scale, most of these interesting, and scale as well. With a yes here, a no here, and then mark with which they tend or something along those lines. So things you can do with the metric table. So I'm going to build two just to specify to these options. So answer section, just like before, including multiple answers, like use text boxes or drop left, where they go into each drop down and select it to multiple choice. And types of matrix tables, explore these. A lot of words we're using with trying in your surveys. The Likert scale is the most common, and that's the main example of the matrix. And so this matrix table, and I'm going to use just a question or something, whatever they want. And here, please comment on your site. By default, just a single text the option to useful and essay box. If you want to give your response, you can adjust. None of these include limit on the respondent. If they want to look at scroll, it just presents the size of the box, indication of how much is responded. Okay, so it's more than a keyword answer, and you're not worried about the paragraph. And then this is the form. Okay, but the form is useful for any time you're collecting contact information or using in a row where they should give a short answer to each. Okay. Just a statement here. I'll go ahead and top two are just they're not questions. They're just present some image or some text. So I'll add descriptive text here. And here I'll survey. Questions that are created, if you need to move them around at all. On the left side, you can use these arrows to bump to a different order. Also, one important to pretty quickly as you're building your survey is on you'll see these question numbers. Now the questions are out of order, and they know that I make them. And then now I bump it to the top. So now order. So renumber. You can change this, but call this something like intro. But if I want to kind of automatically do that across my whole thing, I can go to advanced options. And there's a couple other options here. I'll put them back into 2, 3, 4, 5. Questions, editing questions. While we're on this, I want them to see this before any questions. Right now, all of these are appearing on the same page. And if you have your survey. So there's so far. Welcome statement. Here are, I'm sorry, that's probably very small. There we go. And page right here. If I want to kind of divide the survey. Into now. You may have chances in the survey. I could, or show a question or responded based on the answer. Well, this answer then we want them to answer the satisfaction question. The question is very good. If no questions are relevant, you use logic to move a respondent past large chunks of the really not what we've got anymore. So this here about my name. This will ask the next question. Select, this is where I want to put that. So here, then, I can put or so it's a little easier for us to kind of the button. Let's see how, here's the image, digital training. If I say yes, I see the start over. I did not attend the training. Let's get straight to the end of the survey, and it gives me this kind of general survey data. Let's use the skip logic. If you need to screen somebody out entirely, your intro demographic questions along those lines, or want to jump them past several questions, I could jump them from Q2 down to Q5, something like that. For skip logic. And it does work, not, but it has a very different use. So this is best used for anything you have a specific question that should only be certain circumstances. I'm going to please comment on why this happens with the knowledge. So marked very dissatisfied or dissatisfied on punctuality. Change your box menu and go to Roger. See the question. So taxation question. Okay, for base punctuality dissatisfied. Satisfied. I'm going to second statement here. This is just about creating kind of a logic statement to dictate the question. So if they selected this punctuality or they selected very punctuality, the question to indicate when it will be shown. And remember question. But here, if I say neutral on everything, well, that comment question. However, I'm neutral on everything, but I say I was very dissatisfied with the. Now the comment box appears. Logic will automatically add a page break. You can imagine here, there's logic will always insert a page break because it has to evaluate this to respond it. Until they've answered this one, they click and then it will evaluate if they should show the question or not. However, just gets around that. So if we click in page here at the bottom, this will. So I'll go ahead and behave. Rally. There's selected, then it will show. So maybe I changed my mind and said I was really satisfied. This dynamic way of thinking when question. Everything as far as there's a kind of one more advanced form of logic called branch logic. I'm going to go over that one today, but on the Qualtrics page, it has plenty of materials on the branch logic as well as other things you can do as far as control where you responded so based on how they have. Okay. So let's formatting. So the main thing is I was previewing the survey on the Qualtrics survey. There's the Qualtrics on the top, has the colors, and then the race. So what kind of the appearance of it, look and feel movement. All appearance of your survey, all on. So the different teams that feel this is something that will be a little bit different than what my account, because I have this Qualtrics folder. If I cover all of the built-in Qualtrics themes, this is one of my favorites. In your account, you may have access kind of things that they'll have available?
Sure. For those in the room, they actually have the papers in front of them so they can see what they look like on their Qualtrics account. Qualtrics, or sorry, StanfordUniversity.qualtrics.com, and one of your surveys, if you put the field, these will automatically show up. You have three to choose from: the basic, modern, and the Wilbur. Other than want to choose something other than Stanford, you can also click on the advantage show for the other Qualtrics themes. Within it also has the Stanford colors and fonts are available too. You also want to go to, it's not on the sheet here, so you may want to write this down for the future, id.stanford.edu. id.stanford.edu has official Stanford colors, and you have the logos, the templates, you get the different available to you. And for Stanford specific for a PowerPoint presentation, anything like that, you want to go to identity.stanford.edu to get all the information there. Those who are listening to this on WebEx later on, this is the fact sheet available on the where you found the WebEx recorded. Questions about the look and feel for either Brandon or myself? So far, are there mobile phones?
Yes. Qualtrics themes. When Stanford themes were created, about a year ago, our design team went through and revamped themes to be responsive, even if they were made before then. So, yeah, all themes available in your account to be responsive and also well on desktop, tablet, and mobile device.
One more. Oh, so the Stanford themes being added on to like a little bit more available. And currently, the three that we have on there are the official ones. Currently, so if they do add more in, I guess just click back on the page for more. Or I'm not sure if the identity website would have more information on that, but it would be within when you look and feel. Otherwise, over to Brett.
Perfect. A couple other notes on this look and feel menu. So there are here, so you can modify the next button text that appears here. Buttons are available. This is indicates on how far along they are. And we break a little bit earlier. Question page is automatic page break setting. So I want one per page. Preview be on its own page. So you can do something like say 2-page, 3 questions per page. It will automatically do those page breaks for you. So you can manually go through it for an entire survey. So you can adjust your font on the level here. Text choice text or everything, and by colors as well. Depends on the theme. Lock in the colors, like typically custom theme lock in colors. For things would do it, but the Qualtrics themes, then you can change text color or borders or things along those lines. And it's really just a good place for kind of more advanced users who want to use some sort of custom code to survey. So if you want to insert a header or a footer, if you want to add any custom CSS, modify the existing theme. Yeah, head over to the distribute survey section. So survey some general survey behavior rules. Check certain options to make sure it's going to behave as you intend before distribute. So the two more important ones are save and continue and the back button. So if the respondents can move backwards through the survey to return and change their previous answers, and then it enters the survey that if they come back within a survey, then they start where they left off. If they leave, if they come back, they will start fresh. In terms of the ballot box stuffing, a survey link to respond multiple times. So if they click on the link, it will a message saying thank you, you've already taken the survey. Other to take it multiple times. And then the expiration, the time range where your survey is valid. Anytime outside that range, the respondents will get a message saying the survey is closed. This is good to prevent that case where you thought the survey was finished and sometimes you're linked and forward it to their friends, and now all of a sudden you have 20 more responses counting up. And the survey and the survey message, it's a very generic message. Thank you for your response being reported. If you want that, you can use the survey message here, and you can different URL. If you want to kind of push them to your own website or some page after they take the survey, then you can do that. And this completion is really important. Respondents can leave the survey and come back and finish. This dictates they have before they return. So by we'll keep their response live for 1 week. After it expires, it'll be reported, and then if they come back to the survey, they have to start over. This goes down to 4 hours or up to 6 months in terms of give somebody to come back to the survey to finish. And then this is where if somebody doesn't finish the survey, then survey if somebody fill out all 4 questions, then there isn't valuable enough to keep. And I'll go ahead to distribute survey. If there are any questions on the edit survey section, please let me know, or the Q&A session, which is preferred.
Just to so be available to you after the session, and we'll be sending out the email to them. I'll be very good. So the issue with the blurriness from the screen, so it's clear.
Perfect. All right. And also, you have to kind of explicitly activate them. Distributing a survey. One is the anonymous survey link, and then the other is unique link typically distributed through email. So, so anybody filling out the survey on this, link, they'll constantly save and continue rules will apply to that. So this tracking here. You can't send reminders to anybody to ask them to finish. This is really anonymous. Survey. And so to keep track of every person that's taking the survey. So survey you designate who you want it to, and a little bit more on this as well, on how to make a panel. And then you subject line, a message, with their specific survey. So each will get unique individual. That's the person. So then you can see this is John Doe, this is Joe, and you know exactly who responded. So panels, who you want to send it to in the library. Already, so you'll see it gives the name, how many minutes it has, and then I can download the panel, send an email to the panel, or to another account. As for how to put people into that panel. And again, if you're familiar with the term panel, it's just a list of respondents, basically. So here, this is the page, an email, first name, last name, of this desired. I can send these with, say, city, or whatever it may be. So if you're going to do more than 5 people, is to import from a file here. And so it's a CSV file, a spreadsheet, into Qualtrics all at once. So if you have responded, it's not really an option to do that manually. So the best file is, if you look at the example document, the name, last name, and email of each person in the panel. So you respond well. And again, if you want to include their state, their anything like that, you can have as many fields as you need to going out to the side. So there, you can include here. So I'll go ahead and close it. I'll come back, select it. Here, I'll go ahead and click. And as soon as this is finished, then import from a survey. So this is for the case where you have like a registration survey, and anyone that survey should be brought into the panel. Then you can use the option. So it's not a but do that. Here, if you know if there are any issues with the import, all now. So for myself, John Doe. So once you're loaded to Qualtrics, then you survey. You and so Stanford training. I'll go ahead and panel and there you create, you can even say that as options here, and then same message in the future. Okay, so this is I say I could make modifications to it, save it again, or save it as a different message. And the health indicator. So this indicates, this will look through your message in the subline, and will just to end up in spam. So if it's in the language that you're using, this up to 80, 60%, anytime below 7%, you're going to start seeing problems with message landing in spam. So you can get rewording statements in particular that if you have specific formatting that might so now it'll direct me to the email history. So the email will show me all email distributions I sent out to, and it's on it, such as any email failed or found, group has started the survey audit. I'm going to here now. Both my email addresses were fake. In action, you can reminders to this group or thank you email. So to anyone who hasn't yet finished the survey and those that have finished the survey, so follow up with the respondent. Okay. Perfect. The distribute, but those distribution methods, there are a few others, but that's 9% of the time. So that can respond to answer. Once it's coming in, we'll respond to that comment. I have individual responses, and I can download the data here. If I show a table of all responses that have come in so far, so I did a couple previews, and if I come to the data section, questions I want included, if I want a specific data, and often most of these typically exactly as they are, I'll type these download. So CSV, and then for a more pro perspective, 6% now are available. So reporting within Qualtrics, you report sections, this folder reporting section definitely does some things. Above, recommend our reporting section. It'll take, and here, click create report. It'll ask creating a survey. Create a report, and I can just a few options, such as page size, page to be laid out, and which I want included. So give an output. But no, I kind of see how the we do an internal training of our reporting section because a lot generating or to get data. The report is good for giving a report, at which then you can go to any table or graph and locations that you do. Okay, so it looks like we're spending time. Move to the portion. We spend a little more time pretty quickly over the results of the reporting because of the time through and we can do questions for this.
I can do a survey of the room. Excuse me, a little Qualtrics and get that. No. And how many people would like to have some questions or would like to hear more about the report? So, I don't know if that's really the hand. Follow-up information. That, I can show you a little bit of information here. On your handout, we have a number here for Qualtrics help. This question. Under the this is for the more information about Qualtrics after today's session.
Yeah. In the top right, these two links lead to our Qualtrics University page. So this is our self-help walkthrough. Okay. Here on basic building, that will include most of the topics we went through today, as building, just some questions on panel, and then reporting. Here. You can use search box as well and search for specific for. What you're looking for. Then call our number. So we can to the phone and help out with questions that you have. This support and feedback button. It sends an email to our support team. Come in here and just have a general question, or running into technical issues, or have a good idea about something that you'd like added. Then you come in here, fill out a note to our support team, and they'll respond by email as well to kind of answer your questions or help through whatever issues.
And we had I think running terms that quickly, but if you can, the question is, can you provide more information on the collaboration? If there's, you can pick and choose what kind do, whether or not they can edit, view, or they can view, but they can't edit. So
you add somebody to collaboration, so you find them, within the university, or you just put in their email here and send them. It'll, and each of these text boxes will determine what they can do in your survey.
All those check boxes. So it looks like it says, I can read them out to everybody really quickly. They activate, copy, and distribute. Thank you for making a little bit larger too.
Yeah. And your results one actually have some detailed sections. So you can use all of your results or just to personal data. For example, a few things in section. he has permission to certain things but not others.
So if I can the website as well as what we have in hand here. For the help of the box sheet, one's the Stanford help, one's the Qualtrics help. For questions dealing with the Qualtrics surveys, it's best directly to Qualtrics for their help. But if you Stanford specific questions or problems, that's when you want to contact the Stanford 7543557. Qualtrics is one of those surveys you can take. If you have questions that have been active to your Qualtrics phone, or if you have questions about the Stanford.
Yeah, collaboration. I would come to Qualtrics with that type of question. We can help out with that. And then things that we will occasionally redirect for things like if your account was deleted or administration would go to Stanford. But the majority of questions we would be able to help out with.
Any other questions? The thing is go to the Qualtrics website to help. Help that we have on the handout is directly to all of the topics within the Qualtrics University. And
Say, go ahead and reach out. Just glad to help out with any questions or even just feedback that you have that makes me better.
here today, we really want your help and your as well. Thank you very much.